Today, we're diving into something truly special, a collection of wisdom so powerful, so profound, that its name literally translates to the Peak of Eloquence. For centuries, people have turned to this very text for spiritual and ethical guidance, so let's explore it together.
You know, let's be real. We're all searching for something, aren't we? Some kind of, a compass? A guide to help us navigate a world that just feels like it's spinning faster and faster every day.
And that brings us to the big question, right? In a world that's just full of noise and a million different opinions telling you what to do, where can you actually find a reliable guide, something you can trust to help you build a truly meaningful life?
Well, for over 1,000 years, millions and millions of people have turned to one specific source. Think about that for a second. A collection of wisdom so powerful it's guided people through the rise and fall of empires, through massive revolutions, right into the modern world we live in now, and it's still a source of incredible clarity.
And this is it. The source we're talking about is Nahj al-Balagha, and that name tells you everything you need to know. It literally means the Peak of Eloquence. What a title, right?
Okay, so you're probably wondering, what exactly is this incredible book? Let's get into it. Let's look at where it came from and why it's so important.
So at its heart, Nahj al-Balagha is a collection, a compilation of teachings from Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Now, he is, of course, the cousin and son-in-law of the Prophet Muhammad. He's this central figure in Islam, just revered for his incredible wisdom, his sense of justice, and his deep, deep piety.
And this isn't just some random list of quotes somebody threw together. No way. It was carefully, meticulously compiled way back in the 10th century. And it's not just a religious text, it's considered an absolute masterpiece of Arabic literature. But what's really special is that it's a foundational text for Islamic ethics, perfectly living up to its name by blending beautiful language with life-changing meaning.
So, when you open this book, what are you actually going to find? Because it's really laid out as a comprehensive guide for life.
It's organized really beautifully into three main parts. First, you've got the sermons. These are these powerful public addresses on huge topics. Theology, justice, how society should work. Then you have the letters. This is actual correspondence with governors and military leaders, giving them practical advice. And finally, you have the sayings. These are just short, powerful, almost bite-sized bits of wisdom that really make you think.
Now, looking at this, you can just get a feel for the incredible scope of this text. It covers this vast landscape of human experience. We're talking everything from big picture stuff like the justice of Ali to really personal things like death and the rights of the people. It really is a guide to just about every aspect of life.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. It's one thing to admire this ancient text, but how do we actually apply this wisdom? How can these words from over 1,000 years ago help us today, right now, become the kind of person a believer should strive to be?
Because the book isn't just about abstract philosophy. It gives you a clear blueprint. You can see right here. It describes the exact character traits and mindset you should aim for. It talks about things like heaven and hell not just as places, but as outcomes of the way we live. It's a practical guide for becoming a better version of yourself.
Take a look at this quote. "The world is a place of passage, not a place of permanence. Its blessings are a test, and its trials are a path to reward." Wow. Just let that sink in for a moment. This one idea can completely reframe how you see everything. Your life isn't about arriving somewhere, it's about the journey. The good things that happen, they're a test of your gratitude. And the tough times, they're not punishments, they're opportunities, a path to a greater reward.
And that leads to this huge shift in perspective. A worldly view says success is all about material wealth, right? But a believer's view, the one from Imam Ali, says true success is getting closer to God. A worldly view sees hardship and thinks, oh, I'm being punished. The believer's view sees it as a test of faith. The goal isn't just temporary pleasure, it's about finding eternal peace. You can see how this changes literally everything about how you live your life.
So we've seen what this amazing text is, and the kind of powerful perspective it offers. The question now is, what's the path forward? How do we integrate this wisdom into our daily lives?
All right, let's recap the big takeaways here. First, Nahj al-Balagha is just this incredible source of spiritual and ethical guidance. Second, it's not just a few nice quotes, it's a whole blueprint for life. It gives you a real framework for building your character and finding meaning. And maybe most importantly, this stuff isn't just history. It is deeply, deeply applicable to the challenges we all face in the modern world.
So,
I want to leave you with a question to think about. After everything we've touched on today, what's one piece of wisdom, just one idea from this Peak of Eloquence that you could take and start applying in your own life? Starting right now.